time, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to introduce today's teams as participants in this historic game.
Play ball!
Good seats, hey, buddy. He missed the tag! He missed the tag! He missed the tag!
Welcome in. I'm going to try to do this seamlessly. I don't know. I'm still trying to tap my head and scratch my belly at the same time, but we're going to try to make it work. We're just moments away from first pitch. I have to try to do this type of E-Rod is going to be on the mound for the Arizona Diamondbacks. Eduardo Rodriguez has a 5-pitch mix of 4-seam, a changeup, cutter, curveball, and sinker. 4-seam 40% of the time, changeup 27, cutter 13, curveball 12, and the sinker 8% of the time. Don't call it a comeback. We've been here for years. Diamondbacks are wearing their home whites. Philly, their road grays. For the Philadelphia Phillies, it'll be Schwarber, Turner, Harper, Arias, and Bowman. Sosa, Stott, Real Muto, and Hill. Left to right across the outfield for the Diamondbacks, it's Waldschmidt, Lawler, and Corbin Carroll. Round the horn, third to first. Arenado, Perdomo, Vargas, and Tawa Moreno behind the plate. We are just about set, waiting for that 3D to kick in. I believe it is starting to load. It is. And yes, sir. It is baseball time in Arizona, and the first pitch on the way as we lift the screen for you. Right there, P at the knees. It's 0-1. Lefty-lefty matchup, the 0-1 pitch. Right there, bangs it inside, just misses 1-1. So 1-1 count. Infield playing back and to the right. Outfield deep and shaded to the right. The 1-1 pitch down and in, 1-1. So 1-1 count. Kicks and fires. Swing, pops it up. Chasing back behind the plate is Moreno. 2-2. Arizona just a half game out of the wild card mix, right behind San Diego. We'll keep you up to date on the scores on that. The Phillies have pulled into a tie with the Cubs for the top wild card spot. And they are now 3.5 back of Atlanta after the Braves lost tonight. Atlanta's magic number still sits at 21. The 3-2 in the dirt. And it is, or 2-2 in the dirt, and it's 3-2. Full count. Standing on deck is Trey Turner. The payoff pitch. Swing! Just chops it back behind the plate. Kyle Schwarber 0 for 8 lifetime against Erod. That sounds good, but what I don't like about that means that Schwarber is due. The payoff pitch. Out and away, ball 4. So he'll head on down to first. And 1 on, nobody out, and Trey Turner coming to the plate, lefty-righty matchup. Bryce Harper comes to the on-deck circle. First pitch on the way. Four-seamer misses inside. It's 1-0. Turner batting .241 on the year, 17 home runs, 51 RBI, a .674 OPS. The 1-0 pitch. Kicks and fires. Swing! Loses the bat as it rolls away. 1-1. 1-1 count. Nothing, your score. Just getting going. Second part of our double dip. The 1-1. Infield back into the right in double play territory. The pitch on the way. Just misses outside. Changeup. Ball 2, 2-1. Philly nothing. Arizona nothing. Top of the first inning. Game 2 of a 3-game series. Philly won the first game 2-1. The 2-1 four-seamers chopped off his foot, 2-2. Third game in the series is tomorrow at 3:40. The 2-2. Kicks and fires. Swing lifted high and deep into left center field, going back on the track at the wall. Trying to make the leaping catch out there as the center fielder. Here comes the throw to the plate, and the Phillies will score the first run. It's an RBI double. I thought that ball was leaving the yard, to be honest with you. 1-0 Philadelphia. He roped that thing to the top of that right field wall, right center field wall, just to the right of the 413 mark. Leaping attempt out there by Lawler. He almost came down with it. Good carom by Waldschmidt. Schwarber, who does not run well, he read the play pretty well and kept on trucking. First pitch swinging by Bryce Harper. Boom, down the left field line and foul. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Lefty-lefty matchup. Infield back into the right. Erod still without an out in this inning. The 0-1 pitch showing bunt. Drops a good one past the pitcher and past the pitcher's mound, and Bryce Harper's going to beat it out. It's an infield single. Wow. So runners on the corners and nobody out. Luis Arias, the batter. If you're Erod, you almost have to just ignore the runner at third and just try to keep this to, as the first pitch swinging, rips the sinker foul and away. It's 0-1. Big thing you're trying to do here is just prevent this to turning into a huge inning. Runners on the corners. The 0-1 count. Ball boy, well, that's a very loose term. Ball grandfather. He took forever to get the ball down there in the corner. The 0-1 pitch. Drops another bunt. And this ball will go foul, 0-2. You wonder if there's something on the scouting report that says Erod does not handle the bunt well. He is a left-handed pitcher, so his momentum's taking him to the third base side. And that's back-to-back batters. We've seen left-handers drop a bunt down on Erod. Interesting. A 5.67 ERA in the first inning. The rest of the innings, all year long, 1.87 ERA. So he's got to just get out of this inning. The 0-2. Upstairs misses high, 1-2. We talk about it all the time, but usually the really good pitchers, if you're going to get to them, it's in that early going. 1-2 count. If memory serves, when the Braves went up against Erod, it was the same situation. They got a couple of runs in the first and couldn't get anything else. The 1-2 pitch swing, rolled it up the middle. It's going to be a 6-4-3 double play. So they'll get 2 outs, so Philly scores a run. But it'll clear the bases, and that's a big double play for Erod and the Diamondbacks. See, a lot of teams would have played that defense up. May not have been able to turn that too, but good job there by the Diamondbacks defense. Lefty-righty matchup. First pitch, curveball, smacks the outer zone. It's 0-1. Yeah, exactly. That's a huge double play. The 0-1 count. Brings it. Swing. Fouls it back. It's 0-2. And you just never know, because there's nothing saying that Luzardo's going to go out there and spin a gem in the first inning. So you want to just keep the 0-2. Upstairs, sinker. Calling a strike 3. Alec Bohm wants to challenge us. We'll see if he gets it. Here comes the ABS challenge. And he got it right. It's a ball just inside. Lefty-righty matchup. First pitch upstairs. Misses high. A 2-2 count. Sosa standing on deck. The 2-2. Turns and fires. Sinker misses inside. 3-2. 23 pitches here. The payoff pitch just misses, curveball, ball 4. So that challenge by Bohm was huge, because he gained 4 more pitches on that at bat, and then of course whatever happens here with Sosa. Edmund Sosa had the big grand slam a few days ago. Lefty-righty matchup. First pitch off the plate. Down and away, it's 1-0. He is struggling to find the zone. Kicks and fires, swing. Smacks it back, foul, 1-1. On deck is Bryson Stott, the left-handed bat. In the hole, JT Real Muto. There are 2 outs. Hill is the number 9 hitter tonight. The 1-1. Punches the 4-seam fastball inside. 1-2. One-two count. Quick timeout called by Sosa. The 1-2 pitch brings it high and out of the zone. Ball 2, 2-2. The 2-2 count. Swing chops the changeup towards the first base dugout. We'll do it again. Phillies 2, Arizona nothing, just getting going, top of the first inning. Erod just not quite having it together here. 29 pitch. He's about to throw number 30 here. The 2-2. Outside wide, ball 3, 3-2. Full count. Once again on deck is Stott. The payoff pitch. Swing, hits it up the middle. Perdomo's got it, flips it to first, and that'll end the inning. But not before Philadelphia puts 2 on the board. It's 2-0 Philly. Arizona grabs the sticks when we return.
I just want 2 minutes on my own without people irritating me. If you were to make a list of games that Gen X got banned for future generations, you would probably start with dodgeball, jarts, and then right up there in the top 3 is Red Rover. Red Rover was a special game where you would have 2 teams lined up on opposite sides of each other and you would link arms and you would sing a little song. Now listen, if you were the fat kid, this is when you came in clutch. You went from the kid that nobody wanted other teams to the first round draft pick at recess. When your name gets called, it is your job to run top speed. Your only job was to get decimated. Kids would like break their wrist and dislocate their shoulders. Lots of concussions because you'd hit that double clothesline and just after recess, kids would be walking in like ice packs. One kid's walking like Vince McMahon, and you know he won Red Rover just by the way he's walking. Come back next week when I try to explain smear the without getting canceled.
A South Carolina country boy, he had learned how to bat from a Confederate veteran who had learned his baseball from Union soldiers in a northern prison camp. He had hoped to be a pitcher until he broke a batter's arm with a wild pitch. Jackson could neither read nor write, but he could hit. 408 in his rookie year. 356 lifetime, the 3rd highest average in history. His home runs were called Saturday specials because most of the textile workers' games in which he got his start were played on Saturdays. And he hit them with a special 48-ounce bat, Black Betsy, made for him by a local lumberman from the north side of a hickory tree, and darkened with coat after coat of Jackson's tobacco juice. Ty Cobb himself thought Joe Jackson the greatest natural hitter I ever saw. He was called Shoeless Joe because he was said once to have been spotted in the minors playing in his socks when new shoes proved too tight.
Welcome back. Luzardo goes to work. First pitch right there for a strike. It's 0-1. Lefty-righty matchup. Pitch down and in. Not sure where they have y'all at if that is 2-0. It's a 3-0 count right now. I try to line it up, but sometimes in the early innings they jump ahead. It's 3-0 right there for a strike, 3-1. Okay, now we're cooking with gas. Three-1 count, infield back into the left. Pitch right down the pipe, full count. Philly leads it 2-0 for a long inning. You know, if nothing else, Arizona's looking to eat some pitches to give their starting pitcher a chance to get a breather. Full count pitch. Swing. Whistled up the middle, but right into the teeth of the defense. Arias is there, flips it to first, 4-3, and there's one down. Good to see everybody in the chat. Philly comes in 3.5 back of Atlanta. They're looking to get within 3. Braves fans are looking for the Braves to get back to 4 and to get their magic number down to 20 tonight. First pitch upstairs to Corbin Carroll's their first strike. It's 0-1. Carroll batting 244 on the year, 817 OPS, 19 home runs. Is the 0-1 right there? It's 0-2. The 0-2 count, down and away, 1-2. The 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, chase a sweeper off the plate. And there's 2 down. 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors for Philadelphia. No runs, no hits, no errors for Arizona. Moreno, the batter, coming to the plate. Batting .303 on the year. 11 home runs. Snakes backstop, digging in. First pitch is a 4-seam fastball. It's 0-1. What you'll get from Luzardo is a 4-pitch mix, a sweeper, and a 4-seamer coming in at 38 and 25%. The 0-1 pitch is 4-seam fastball, knockback foul. It's 0-2. Changeup 19%, the sinker 18%. The 0-2 count. Brings it. Chased a bad sweeper in the dirt, strike 3, and that'll end the inning. So the Snakes go down 1-2-3. We'll be back in a flash here in Arizona. 2-0 Philly, heading to the top of the second.
Greatest center fielders of all time.
Ken Griffey Jr., when you start talking about the all-time great center fielders, how can he not be one of the top 3 or 4 guys that you're going to bring up?
Unbelievable, Ken Griffey Jr. Holy smoke!
He, at one point in the game, did pretty much anything he wanted to.
Junior flying diamond makes the catch!
Great talent, and he had the good fortune to grow up around the game, in the game.
He was the son of Ken Griffey Sr. He wasn't in awe of being in the major leagues.
Really enjoyed the game. One of his nicknames was the Kid, and he acted like a kid.
Griffey leaps high in the air, and he's got it! An incredible catch by the Kid!
To watch him go after a ball, up the wall, over the wall.
Leaps up and he makes the catch!
I saw the guy cover basically left field and right field. There wasn't a ball that went in the air that he didn't think he could catch.
Amazing catch by Junior as he takes a home run away!
But Griffey's grace was not confined to the outfield. The man put up some big-time numbers with one of baseball's sweetest swings.
Very effortless, very smooth. His hitting was something that he was born to do that.
He'd do his little deal and get his hips going and get that little swagger with his bat, and all of a sudden he'd get set. You could see it, his face would light up, and you'd be like, uh-oh.
Belted, and I mean belted! A bird down, goodbye, baseball!
Probably a lot of times he would tell you, I'm not a power hitter. You might have heard him say that on occasion.
I don't worry about hitting home runs.
Number 600 for Ken Griffey Jr.
Unfortunately, a rush of injuries hit Griffey just as he was being mentioned as the best to ever play the game.
He earned a spot on the All-Century team.
The youngest all-century player, Ken Griffey Jr.
Join the Country Club today. Help support Braves Country Radio. Join the Country Club today. Welcome back. Erod goes back to work. First pitch on the way is a four-seam fastball to Bryson Stott. Right there for a strike. It's 0-1. Lefty-lefty matchup. The 0-1 Philly leads it 2-0. The pitch on the way. Swing. Chopper on the ground over to second. Vargas is there. He'll flip it to first. Tawa with the grab. One down. San Diego Padres have already lost tonight, so Arizona Diamondbacks fans who are trying to chase them down know that going into this game. First pitch, four-seam fastball. It's 0-1. They lost to the Reds. The 0-1. Swing, punches it back foul. 0-2. As far as what the Phillies are looking at is 0-2 count to JT Realmuto, steps out of the box. Obviously, they're watching the scoreboard with the Braves, but also the 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike three, pulled the string on that changeup. Filthy pitch. 2 down. They're trying to pass the Cubs for best record for the wild card if they do not win the division, and they are locked up in a tight one. It is 6-4 Brew Crew, top of the 7th in Wrigley. Lefty-righty matchup, first pitch. Curveball dips down and in. Taken for a ball by Derek Hill. It's 1-0. And last time we saw Derek Hill, he took a hell of a tumble into the center field wall against it. I'm trying to remember what game that was. It wasn't a Braves-Phillies game. It was an out-of-town matchup we did. I can't remember what game that was. The 1-0. This is 2-0. 2-0 count. It was like a header into the center field wall, the 2-0. Swing and a miss. 2-1. The 2-1 count. Infield back into the left. Erod bringing it. The four-seam fastball. Swing, fouls it back. 2-2. Standing on deck is Schwarber. The 2-2. Swing, laces it down the right field line, but plenty foul. Seattle up on Boston 9-6, but a second ago it was 9-2, so this game must be getting a little closer. The 2-2 swing, slaps it towards right, and that will get through for a base hit. It's a 2-out single for the Philadelphia Phillies, and the biggest thing on that with Erod is now he's got to face league-leading home run Kyle Schwarber with a man on. Yankees lead the Angels 3-0 there in the second. Astros trail the White Sox 3-0 in the sixth. First pitch on the way, swing, hammered on the ground over to first. Is that a fair ball? If it is, he's going to step on the bag and end the inning. Tawa, he does have it, and that will end the inning. Hard hit ball, but right into the glove of Tawa, who was holding the runner. We'll go to the bottom of the sixth. Arizona, see if they can get on the base paths when we return.
America, you tricked me. America, you have pranked me. A lot of Americans said to me, why don't you pet a lot lizard? Like it was some kind of exotic animal. I was excited to stroke a lot lizard. Turns out it was, I can't even say it on this video. I will not be doing that.
Is he the most athletic person that you've ever been on a field with?
No, my cousin Junebug. He was a crackhead and a good dude, though. But he was very athletic because he was still stuff when I came home from college and could never catch him. And he would sell it. And I would have to go get it back at the hood from the drug dealers. He was probably the most athletic, my cousin Junebug. But next to that, I think it was Bo.
The great number 7, Mickey Mantle.
The Mick didn't have much pressure on him in 51. After all, he was just succeeding Joe DiMaggio.
It's hard to imagine any team seamlessly passing the baton from one all-time great player who will always be in the discussion of the greatest center fielders of all time to another who is also in that same discussion.
He could run, he could throw, he hit well from both sides of the plate, right or left. Mantle, he was the best player of our era.
Certainly baseball's greatest switch hitter. Mantle stunned fans and players alike with his tape measure home runs.
You could close your eyes with Mickey Mantle at bat during batting practice, and the sound of the ball coming off his bat was different.
Mantle was such a stallion in the outfield, it's hard to believe he played most of his career on balky knees.
He hurt his knee in 51, and he played the rest of his career without a real good leg, and that was unbelievable that he played as well as he did with that kind of an injury.
I couldn't have stood it if I thought I was sitting on the bench and Whitey Ford was pitching a shutout game and we was getting shut out. If I could have been out there and maybe hit a home run or made a catch or something to help him and I didn't do it, that would have bugged me to death. So I would like to be remembered as a team man. I think I was.
First pitch on the way is swung on by Ketel Marte. Smacks it deep down the left field line. It's 0-1. That ball had plenty of distance, just couldn't keep it straight. The 0-1 pitch, down and in, 1-1. Exactly, Art. Ain't nobody catching Junebug, though. The 1-1 outside wide, 2-1. Two 2-1 count. Zardo brings it. Rocking and firing. Sweeper. Bang back foul. We'll do it again. Infield back into the left, outfield deep and straight away. The 2-2 high and out of the zone, 3-2. Of course, Marte coming off the, for lack of a better term, the mini suspension. They put him on the 3-2 pitch swing, smoke down the third base line. That's a fair ball. That's into left field, and it's through for a base hit. So the Diamondbacks got something cooking here at the bottom of the second inning. Hard hit ball. Second hard hit ball of the at bat. That first one that left the yard. It's fouled by about 30 feet to the left field pole. First pitch upstairs to Arenado is there for a strike. It's 0-1. Brings it in the dirt. Sweeper off his feet. 1-1. One count. Turns and fires. Sweeper, ball 2 to him. The 2-1 pitch, four-seam fastball right there, 2-2. The 2-2. Swing, knocks it down the line, foul. 2-2. Turns and kicks. Outside wide, nowhere near the zone. Ball 3, 3-2. Runner at first, nobody out. Swing and a miss, sweeper over the top, strike 3. And there's one away. They're getting some decent swings on Luzardo. First time through the first 3 batters didn't get very good swings, but this inning it seems like they're getting a little better ones. First pitch is a changeup to Vargas, the number 6 hitter. Down below the knees, it's 1-0. 1-0 infield, playing back into the left. Huge hole on the right side, the 1-0 pitch. Inside, misses high. 2-0. For you Braves fans, remember we got the Braves versus Nationals tomorrow. Early game. 1:05 first pitch. The 2-0 swing back to the mound. And here comes a double play. What in the world is Marte doing? It's going to be a 1-6-3, or 1-4-3, excuse me. And that'll end the inning. Marte laid down so the throw could be made to first. Remember, he's been on the restricted list. We'll be back in a flash here in Arizona.
I'm going to be productive today. I'm going to go out. I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to get done. It's pouring rain. This, I'm getting drunk.
Join the country club today. Help support Braves Country Radio. Join the country club today.
Every time I come in the kitchen, you're in the kitchen, in the damn refrigerator, eating up all the food, all the chicken, all the pig feet, all the collard green, all the hog maws.
So I've heard it said you could walk up to any white girl, stop her, look in her eyes and say, "I'm sorry about what Josh did to you." And it'll ruin her day because every white girl hates a guy named Josh.
You knew when you went to the game that he would do something spectacular.
Willie Mays gets a great ovation from the crowd.
Nobody could do the whole package like Willie Mays.
This ultimate 5-tool player was best summed up by his first big league manager.
There's only 5 things you can do to be great, and that's hit with power, run, field, and throw. Mays could do it all.
Along with his great ability was he just seemed to be having a time of his life out there.
Every time I went on the field, I enjoyed what I was doing. And I enjoyed throwing out people. I enjoyed hitting a home run.
A home run for Willie Mays.
He understood that the game demanded more of him than mere excellence.
I gave everything I had. My father, he said, defense is the #1 thing in baseball.
That advice led Willie Mays to make the most iconic fielding play in baseball history.
Welcome back, lefty-righty matchup. Erod down in front. What is this umpire doing all game long? Pitch right there. Outside wide. It's 0-1. I don't know how they're having such quick breaks in between. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. Four-seam fastball, 1-2. 1-2 count. Philly leads it 2-0. One-two pitch off the plate, 2-2. The 2-2 swing, chopper back to the mound. Rodriguez has it, flips it over to Tawa. 1-3 if you're scoring at home, 1 away. Brewers with now the 7-4 lead over Chicago. I think in the grand scheme of things, if you're a Braves fan, you're being realistic, you're pulling for the Brewers because if Philly were to catch Atlanta, you'd want to be at home against the Cubs. There's not much of a chance you're catching the Brew Crew. If they get hot, they might catch the Dodgers, but the Brewers are kind of running away with the best record. First pitch fouled off, 0-1. Bryce Harper, the batter, lefty-lefty matchup. The 0-1 pitch, right there at the knees, 1-0. You look at the standings in the National League, 1-1 count, just below the knees. 2-1. I think Moreno is challenging this. I don't think he's going to win this one. We'll see. Yeah, that's below the zone.
Wrong, 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 wrong. Wrong, 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 wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong.
The 2-1 count. Kicks and flips. Swing and a miss. 2-2. They're currently 3 games behind Milwaukee, and that's not in the loss column. That's not totally out of the realm of possibility of catching them, but the 2-2 in the dirt, 3-2. They're going to have the tiebreaker on us, and the other thing is Atlanta plays a much more difficult schedule in September than Milwaukee does. It's more likely that they can catch the Dodgers, who they came in today in a flat-footed tie. They're now a half game back. Dodgers are playing the Cardinals tonight. The 3-2 pitch, swing, rips it into right field, through for a base hit, and it's a 1-out single for the Phillies. Lefty-lefty matchup here. Luis Arias bangs the four-seam fastball down the first base line. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Harper at first. Infield back into the right. The 0-1 count. Erod bringing it. Outside wide, 1-1. Cubs came in 78-60 on the season in tonight's play. If they lose that game, which they're trailing by 3 to Milwaukee late, they'll go to 61 losses. Philly has 60 losses. Braves have 56 losses, and then San Diego with 65. Arizona comes into tonight a half game behind San Diego. Is the 1-1 swing and a miss. It's 1-2. So if they can come back and win this game, they'll be tied with the Padres. The Diamondbacks would be for that final. Oh, excuse me. It's currently tied. They just updated the standings. The 1-2 swing, lifts it out to left field, trying to make the diving catch out there at second base. Is Vargas, just past his outstretched glove, and it's going to be a soft liner through the infield. Back-to-back singles for the Phillies. He has made a living on just peppering balls over the infield. And another base hit for Arias, now batting .317 on the year. Never hit with a lot of pop, but he finds his way through very, not quite on the same level, but at the same token, reminds you a lot of Rod Carew. Lefty-righty matchup, first pitch right there. Change up for a strike, it's 0-1. I've talked about it before. He's one of my favorite players that's never worn a Braves jersey. He's never played for a team that I could pull for. The 0-1. Swing and a miss, it's 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Cubs trail the Brewers 7-4, top of the 8th, and the Brewers are threatening again. It's a big series for the Cubs, but it's really for the wild card. It's got nothing to do. They're not catching Milwaukee in the NL Central standings. I mean, they would have to sweep them out. The 0-2, swing, smacks it down the line, foul, will do it again. And they have not fared well against the Brewers the last several years. They're just trying not to get swept at home. The 0-2 count. The Cubs have been a funny team this year. The 0-2 just misses inside, 1-2. They've had 2 win streaks of 10 games or more. They've also fallen on their face more times than we can count. Very streaky team. The 1-2 from Erod. Swing. Bangs it down the first base side, but plenty foul towards the dugout. But they're a team with the roster, the Cubs. If they got into October and actually hit one of their hot streaks, you could see them going deep because they've got the offense, that's for sure. They've got pretty good starting pitching. The bullpen has been questionable, but they do have enough to get you through these games. The 1-2. Inside, caught looking, strike 3, and there's 2-9. I also think Arizona's a very dangerous team if they can get in. They've got a pretty good starting rotation that's coming into its own. Their bullpen, I think, is extremely underrated. And their offense, they always put runs on the board. They're a team that you don't see them go through these big droughts offensively. Lefty-righty matchup, Sosa the batter. First pitch, cutter inside, it's 1-0. 1-0 count. Johnson kicks, swing, rips it into left field. That's through for a base hit. Harper with a late start, and that throw is going to come in to home plate, and everybody will stay put. So it's station-to-station baseball, bases loaded, 2 outs, top of the 3rd. And Sosa will give way to Stott, who's 0 for 1. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Lefty-lefty matchup. First pitch on the way, right there at the knees. It's on 1. The biggest concern if you're a Diamondbacks fan or pulling for the Diamondbacks tonight, Erod just threw his 67th pitch, and we're only 2 outs into the 3rd. The 0-1. Swing lifted. High into center field, but that should be playable. Underneath it, making the catch is Lawler, and that'll end the inning. 2-0 your score. Erod kept him right there. Tawa leads us off when we return here in Snake Country.
I heard that corduroy pillows are trending. They're really making headlines.
You know it's hot out here when you walk outside and you just start looking at the environment crazy. Damn, this sweat gonna be everywhere. It's gonna be dripping down your crack. You be like, ooh, you nasty. Ugh.
greatest center fielders of all time.
Tiger Stadium, that was the stadium that Cobb built. Thousands of people swamped the park every day and every game to see Cobb play and wonder what miracle he'd perform next.
Cobb was a demon on the base paths and a wizard with the bat.
He did lead the league in batting average 12 times in a 13-year segment. Now, think about that. Nobody in baseball history has had a 13-year segment in which they led the league 12 times. He did it in what was the most important category of his day.
Cobb owned the all-time hit record for more than half a century. His numbers were the product of his passion for the game.
Ty Cobb was a player that did everything hard. As soon as he got his uniform on, he was a different man. He hit those bases hard, and he went after that pitcher hard all the time. And that's just kind of a ball player he was.
I think he got a pretty bad rap because he was mean and nasty in the early part of his career. It was that competitive fire that made him so great.
You could talk about all you want. I don't care anybody else. Cobb was by far the greatest ball player ever lived.
In 1950, there was a poll of who the greatest players were in various sports. Ty Cobb was the winner in baseball. He beat out Babe Ruth. And that sort of confirms the original Hall of Fame vote in 1936. Cobb got the most votes, 222, and that's how he was regarded by people who saw him play.
Well, this is a great day in my life. I'm very happy to be here. I feel greatly honored, the privilege of being here.
No problem, Gino. This guy dead dogs. Just lay it in there.
Eat and die, Ricky.
Eat live, Bill.
Welcome back. 2-0 your score. Arizona trailing Philadelphia. Luzardo fires the pitch inside to Tawa. Four-seam fastball. About took his knee ball and kneecaps out. The 2-1 pitch. Four-seam fastball right there at the knees, 2-2. Arizona got a couple of hits in the second inning, but couldn't get anybody across. Lawler stands on deck. The number 8 hitter, the 2-2 pitch swing, and that ball's going to get dribbled through the infield, and it's a leadoff single for the Diamondbacks. I didn't have time to do it today, but I want the next time we do a Diamondback game, I hope I have time to do it because I want to get that snake sound. I wanted to get that tonight for them, but I didn't have time to get all that together. Lefty-righty matchup. Lawler takes the first pitch in. Sweeper misses for a ball. It's 1-0. The hell you smoking, Iron? What you smoking, son? The 1-0. Kicks and fires, flips it over to first. Pretty good pickoff move over there. The 1-0 count. Right there at the knees. 1-1. Kicks and fires. Four-seam fastball knocked back out of play, 1-2. The 1-2. Swing, punches it towards right. That's down for a base hit. And they got something going here. So back-to-back base hits, both to the right side against the left-hander, giving them what they take them. That doesn't sound right. taking what they're giving them. There. Sorry, it's been a long day. Lefty righty, Waldschmidt the batter. 87-mile-an-hour changeup to start off the at-bat. Outside wide for a ball. It's 1-0. The infield playing for the double play back into the left. The 1-0. Outside wide ball 2-2-0. Count. Swing! Whistles the sinker straight back to the backstop. Philadelphia scored 2 runs in the top of the first. The 2-1 pitch, sweeper, down and away, 3. The 3-1 pitch, inside four-seamer, good pitch, full count. Talking about painting the inner part of the plate. That's one of those ones you just got to take as well. You can't do nothing with that pitch. The payoff pitch. Inside, just miss it. Oh, they're going to call it a strike. Waldschmidt isn't going to challenge it. He's going to complain, but he's not going to challenge it. He missed inside. Waldschmidt, they have all their challenges. He's shaking his head. I mean, that's on you, Dopey. You got the challenges. This is last year. Yeah, you got an excuse to complain. So a missed opportunity by Waldschmidt. He would have loaded the bases. He's still. It gets me. He's still complaining and looking out. Is the pitch on the way? Swing, rips it down to third. Line drive out. They flip it to second to try to double off the runner. Just back in time. Good head first slide by Tawa. 2 down. They're getting some swings on this guy. But I think that's my new favorite thing to hate. Lefty-lefty matchup, swing and a miss. Carroll chasing a bad sweeper off the plate. He did that last time. It's 0-1. I think that's my new favorite thing to hate is the player that whines and moans about a strike being called on him but doesn't challenge it. The 0-1. Nutman. Corbin Carroll's lost at the plate. 0-2. That pitch was a foot outside the zone. I don't know why Luzardo throws anything else to him the rest of the night. That was a foot outside the zone he swung at. The 0-2. They call him out, strike 3. That one looked a little off the plate, but Corbin Carroll's lost. He doesn't know what's going on out there. 2-0 your score. We go to the 4th. I don't think they should have started him against the left-handers, what it looks like.
So I feel like I can make some money off his idea. So if you get ghosted by somebody, you just call me. I call them. And then we tell them that we just found your dead body and that they were the last ones to be seen with you. And so now they got to come in for questioning.
I didn't go to Vietnam just to have pansies like you take my freedom away from me.
You went to Vietnam in 1993 to open up a sweatshop.
And a lot of good men died in that sweatshop.
Joe DiMaggio had a sense of the game that very few athletes have ever had.
He could throw, he could run, he could hit and hit with power.
made it look easy.
He was my idol. Joe DiMaggio, I thought, was the greatest all-around ball player of all time. He was probably instinctively the best outfielder that ever lived.
He would lope over there to bring it in. He was the smoothest center fielder I ever saw.
Joltin' Joe led the Yankees to 4 straight titles. He had a lifetime batting average of .325 and a streak that may not be matched.
Safe hits in 56 consecutive games, an all-time record.
In 1941, the guy hits in 56 straight games, wins the MVP over Ted Williams, who had 406 that year, and in 621 plate appearances, strikes out 13 times. This is a power hitter.
A truly rare breed that harnessed both power and discipline.
There aren't many people who have home run totals that are that similar to their strikeouts. 361 homers, 369 strikeouts for his career, and more homers than strikeouts in 7 different seasons.
One of the game's all-time greats, who always went all out in playing his way to the pinnacle of his profession.
I saw DiMaggio play 5 years. He never did anything wrong. He was a perfect ball player.
You want to hear a cheer that I heard this morning in the softball tournament? Katie's on 2, and she's got to go poo. Bring her home. Bring her home. Sophie's on 3, and she's got to go pee. Now bring her home. Bring her home.
Welcome back. You can put the Cubs to bed. They're now down 9-4 in the bottom of the 8th. Lefty-righty as Erod goes back to work. First pitch to Real Muto. Fouls it back out of play. It's 0-1. They probably want to get some kind of distance out of Erod. I think they'd love to get him through 5. He's about to throw pitch number 70. The 0-1 pitch. Out and away. 1-1. One count. Turns and fires up inside. Ball 2-2. The 2-1. Swing and a miss. 2-2. Real Muto 2 for 12 lifetime against Erod coming into tonight's action. Phillies 2, Arizona 0. 2 runs, 6 hits, no errors for Philadelphia. No runs, 3 hits, no errors for Arizona. The pitch on the way to JT. Swing, fouls it back. A 2-2 count. This will be pitch 74 for Rodriguez. The 2-2. Punches that one backwards. Erod looking in. JT stepping out. Erod bringing it. Inside. Oh, I almost got him in the leg. The payoff pitch from Rodriguez. Looking into Moreno and fires. Swing, lifts it high. Down the right field line, but foul. Top of the 4th inning, 2-0 your score. Philly grabbed 2 runs in the first. Arizona's had a couple of opportunities, just haven't gotten it across. They've only scored 1 run in this series. Nola was on the mound last night. They did use their closer, Duran. Duran threw, I want to say, it was just over 20 pitches. The 3-2, swing, pops it up. High in the sky, foul territory. Can of corn, Moreno makes the catch after discarding his mask, and there's one away. Lefty-righty matchup, first pitch upstairs. Cutter just misses high. To the number 9 hitter, Derek Hill, it's 1-0. 1-0. Swung on, pops it up. High into left field. Coming in, making the grab is Waldschmidt for out number 2. The 1-2. Catches the outer part of the zone. Lefty Schwarber, the batter. It's 0-1. Well, I'm missing all kinds of stuff y'all are talking about. Eating possum? No, I don't eat possum innards. The 0-1 pitch. Right there at the knees, it's 0-2. I've cooked all kinds of things in my years, but there's certain things I won't eat. I had a buddy, I think I've told y'all that. I had a buddy used to bring squirrel back to us to cook for him. I still wouldn't eat it. He swore it was good. I was, hey, man, that's a bridge too far for me, buddy. The 0-2 count. In the dirt. Curveball trying to get rid of Chase. 1-2. If he can get out of this at bat pretty quickly, I mean, he's got a decent chance to get through the 5th inning, and it was not looking like it. The 1-2 just misses. 2-2. Big Trouble in Little China. I mean, I've seen that movie. I don't know if there's something else you're referring to, but yeah, I've seen that movie. It's been years, but yes, I've seen it. Watched it. It was one of my favorites when I was a kid growing up for some reason, the 2-2. Caught, looking strike 3. Punch him out at the knees, and that'll end the inning. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th, and the Diamondbacks looking to get on the board when we return.
If you've ever looked at a map of the European Union, you'll notice an awkward blob in the middle which doesn't belong to it, and that blob is Switzerland. Switzerland is famously neutral, and in addition to not being a part of the EU, it's also not a member of NATO, and it didn't even join the United Nations until 2002. Hasn't fought a single war in over 200 years. Why is it that Switzerland has been such a stable and safe place for centuries? The answer lies in the geography of Switzerland. The country can be divided into 3 separate parts. In the south are the Swiss Alps, a gigantic mountain range that covers most of Switzerland's territory and separates it from Italy and Austria. To the west and north are the Jura Mountains, a range much smaller than the Alps, but still large enough to separate the country from France. And finally, there is the Swiss Plateau, a basin dotted by rolling hills, rivers, and lakes that is home to most of Switzerland's population. It's no accident that Switzerland's major cities are all located in this region instead of the other 2. Switzerland's plan for dealing with a potential invasion from anybody was called the National Redoubt, and it was essentially intended to make any possible enemy look at the map, look at Switzerland, and think to themselves, no thanks. As Switzerland continues to have mandatory male conscription, all men have to serve in the military for 170 days and receive basic training. They enter into the reserves afterwards and keep their rifles at their home. Switzerland has the ability to mobilize over 200,000 soldiers within 72 hours of an emergency being declared. In addition, every road, bridge, tunnel, and railroad in the country has been designed in a way that they can be remotely blown up to deny a possible invader from ever using them. There are over 3,000 of these points that can be blown up inside of the country, including entire mountainsides that can be detonated to cause a landslide to block off entire roads.
Welcome back. First pitch right there for a strike at the knees. Lefty-righty matchup. Luzardo going up against the heart of the order, the Diamondbacks. It'll be Moreno, Marte, and Arenado. The 0-1 down and in one. I mean, that kind of goes. Rich, I'll never watch it, but I know that the new Roadhouse can't be any good. The 1-1. down the pipe, 1-2. If you can't have, I'm sorry, but the whole movie to me was Sam Elliott. I'm assuming he's not in this one, but even if he was, he couldn't play the same kind of character. 1-2 count. Swing. Lifts it out to left field, and coming in making the running catch is Sosa for an easy out, number 1. Tel Marte, the batter, 1 for 1. First pitch swinging, chops a little dribbler back to the mound. That'll be 2 quick outs. Here to start the 4th. The Battered Bastards of Baseball. That is an underrated baseball movie. It's a documentary, but the crazy thing is the involvement of Kurt Russell in that one. I didn't know anything about him being coming from a baseball family until I saw that movie a few years back. Nolan Arenado, the batter, lefty righty, first pitch right there at the knees. It's 0-1. The 0-1 swing, pop up. Into center, running in, making the sliding catch out there in center, Derek Hill. Nice defensive play, and that'll end the inning. Diamondbacks go down quietly once again. We go to the 5th, and in a 2-run game, Phillies grab the sticks when we return.
Does anyone need a morning person? Because mine is for f***ing sale.
Let's go, get up.
Get the f*** away from me. It's 7:30.
I'm pretty sure that 75% of my personality is just caffeine, and the other 25% is regretting all the life decisions that led me to need this much caffeine.
We've got the top 9 right fielders, 9 players, 9 innings. Top 9. When you think of a great right fielder, 2 things come to mind: a powerful arm and a ferocious bat. Some of the best arms the game has ever seen could be found in right, where a long-distance gun is a necessity for plays at home and third. Some of the game's most prolific sluggers, including 3 members of the 600 Home Run Club, played at least 1,000 games in right. 1,000 games in right was our cutoff for a player to qualify. So here are the top 9 right fielders. Number 9.
Please welcome number 19.
Hi, I'm Tony Gwynn of the San Diego Padres.
Tony could do almost anything with the bat that was humanly and unhumanly possible.
Base hit the center for Tony Gwynn.
I was a guy who probably wasn't going to hit with a whole lot of power, but a guy who was going to be a tough ass.
Well, he's a professional hitter. 5 for 5 today.
Tony was as pure a hitter as they come. Every year in and year out, he was hitting over 300, usually well over 300.
Tony was a model of consistency at the plate, posting the 3rd highest career average of any right fielder since 1901.
This was the first guy that really kind of instituted video to our game.
That is my trademark, is that, I wasn't afraid to work. I wasn't afraid to get after it.
He had the uncanny ability to place the ball exactly where he wanted to put it. He was the best hitter in all the baseball that I've been around, and the people that I've played with, I would put him at the top of the list.
When a video says, wait for it, nope, you've just guaranteed that I will keep scrolling.
Welcome back, lefty-righty matchup. Erod goes back to work trying to get through the 5th inning on a high pitch count. First pitch misses high and out of the zone. Trey Turner, the number 2 batter for the Phillies. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Down below the knees, ball 2-2-0. I think one of my favorite lines in that movie, Roadhouse, is when Sam Elliott kicks that dude in the knee. The 1-0 swing, pops it up high in the sky. Underneath it is Perdomo. Foul territory, makes the catch. 1 away. He just goes, damn, that hurt, don't it? That movie's got a great one-liners. Roadhouse. That, to me, that movie's up there with Tombstone as far as one-liners. Lefty, lefty. Bryce Harper, the batter, first pitch. Down below the knees, it's 1-0, excuse me. What's that show that I came across last night? It's new. It was pretty good. I mean, it's kind of creepy, but it was good. The 1-0 swing, chops it foul. If any of y'all have ever watched I'm trying to think of the name of the show that was on forever. Shameless. Have you ever seen the show Shameless? The girl that was the star there for years, like they wrote her out at the end because she left to go do movies or whatever. The 1-1 swing rips it down the line, foul. But hard hit ball into the right field corner. They're getting some good swings at him. They're just trying to get him. I think they're trying to at least get him through Arias, who stands on deck, and then kind of go from there, because after that you got some right-handers coming up. The 1-2 count. Swing, fouls it back. She's in a new show. The main girl that starred in the show Shameless, if you're familiar with it. And it is a creepy ass show. It's on Hulu, but it's pretty good. It's basically about them trying to catch a serial killer. The 1-2. In the dirt, 2-2. I just came across it last night, after we called the game last night, I came across it. 2-2. Up and in, 3-2. That one almost took his head off. So a full count. They checked down the line. They said he didn't go around. It was close. The payoff pitch in the dirt, ball 4. That ball will skip to the backstop, and Erod will walk Bryce Harper. His third walk of the day. He just has not had good stuff tonight. Lefty-lefty matchup. Arias the batter. First pitch on the way. Swing, pops it up. High, back out of play. Okay, I found it. It's called Furious. If you got Hulu, it's worth a watch. The 0-1. Swing, punches it down the line, foul. It's 0-2. The 0-2 count. I mean, Steve, they're right there. They're technically right now they're tied for the last wild card up against San Diego. It's going to come. I was about to pull it up in a second and see what their schedule is. The 0-2 pitch, swing, dribbles it through the infield. Man, that's about the softest hit ball I've seen get for a base hit in a long time. Runners on the corners. One out. I mean, he drags this ball through the infield. That second base hit he's had today, he does not hit the ball hard, but he hits them where they ain't. He's not going to the Hall of Fame, but I'll tell you what, the guy's made some damn money over his career figuring out how to get on base, and that's not nothing. First pitch swinging, slaps it through the hole, and that's going to make it a 3-0 game. They are peppering him now. Alec Bohm with a one-out single through the hole. And that'll bring Sosa to the plate. Let's see if Lavulo's going to make a change here or not. I think that's Kaplan going out to the mound, but he's dressed like a slob, so I don't know. I'm pretty sure that's Kaplan. Yeah, that is their pitching coach, Kaplan. He never throws high velo, Nick. He's Erod's always sitting in the low 90s. He just doesn't have the control that he normally has. He's normally very good at going in and out, up and down with his control, and he just doesn't have it tonight. First pitch down and in, 93 miles an hour. It's 1-0. Sosa, his last time up, when he popped it up, he slammed his bat. He was convinced that he almost got one. So look out here, the 1-0. Swing, pop up. All right, that might just be something he does every time. Because that was a terrible swing, and he did it again. Throw comes into the infield. Arias goes down like a sniper was going after him. That ball almost got him in the dome. Bryson Stott 0 for 2. Lefty-lefty matchup. First pitch on the way. Kicking it. Swing. Lifted. High. Deep. Down the right field line, underneath it. No, he's going to run out of room out there in right field. Carroll giving chase. It's 0-1. There is a right-hander now warming up in the pen. The 0-1 count. Erod looking in, bringing it. Right there. Changeup cuts across, it's 0-2. Yeah, it should just, if you're not familiar with Erod, you're disappointed because you thought you were going to get to top Erod. His ERA is still well below 3 this year. The 0-2. Swing, dribbled on the ground over to short. It's going to be a 6-3 putout, and that'll end the inning. We come back. We got some good news for you, Braves country. Back in a flash. Bottom of the 5th we go here in Arizona.
You know, I wish I could sleep, but then my stupid ADHD kicks in, and, well, it's basically 1 sheep, 2 sheep, cow, turtle, duck.
So wait a minute. I figured it out, guys. If I put a letter in the mail with no stamp, it'll get sent back to me at the return address. So why wouldn't I just put the place that I want it to go in the return address and not put a stamp on it?
Far removed from the soft-spoken, slap-hitting Gwynn is our 8th greatest right fielder.
Reggie's flamboyance could not be overlooked by anybody.
I was only concerned about putting the fat part of the bat on the baseball. I didn't feel there was anything that could stop me from doing that.
But he backed up his flamboyance with production.
I think the attention came with his power. He would hit some shots.
And hit the transformer up there.
I mean, they would go places where I've never seen balls hit before.
And the bigger the stage, the greater was Reggie's penchant to produce.
When the lights were shining the brightest, so too did Reggie.
Game number 6 of the 1977 World Series.
You can just see before the game, he was kind of chomping at the bit. He knew that this was his moment, and he wasn't going to let it pass.
And Reggie seized the moment by hitting not one, not 2, but 3 home runs in a single World Series game.
No
it's a great feeling. Guys like DiMaggio and Mays and Aaron and Clemente, and I can now say that I had one day that was like those guys.
Reggie's career numbers are certainly impressive, but when you add in his 18 postseason home runs, 48 RBIs, and 5 World Series rings, well, you can certainly understand why they called him Mr. October.
What's up, Braves country? Looking forward to a great Atlanta Braves season. See y'all at the ballpark.
Jesus Luzardo goes back to work. We've got a 3-0 ball game. Philadelphia leads Arizona. That's the bad news. The good news, take a look out west. As the 0-1 pitch, swing pops it up back behind the plate. It's 0-2. How about the Cardinals? A pound in the Dodgers. Almost used a much more explicit definition. The 0-2. Swing and a miss down and in. Strike 3. They are up on the Dodgers early in that game. 7-0. Third inning, I think I see. And that's still a big deal for the Braves because they are neck and neck with the Dodgers for the second best record in the National League. Lefty-righty matchup. First pitch right there on the outer edge, called for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. 0-2. The 0-2 count, swing, pops it up. High in the sky. It's going to be an F3 in your scorecard. 2 down. You look at so when you hear me talk about the Dodgers schedule, and there's a reason why I say, man, it's going to be a tough hill to climb to catch them. But if you look at, they're not playing very good baseball. And I mentioned it during the series against LA, Braves in Los Angeles, the first pitch off the edge to Jordan Lawler. It's 1-0. Lefty-righty matchup, the 1-0. Swing and a miss over the top 1-1. But they're not playing good baseball. That's number 1. And you look at the back half of the month of September. We're in the final month. And they're playing St. Louis for 3 at home. The 1-1 in the dirt. 2-1. And they're playing Washington and then Cincinnati at home for 3-3. So that right there out the gate, you're like, man, while we're messing around fist fighting the Phillies, they're going to be playing the also-rans. The 2-1 pitch, swing, blasted high and deep. Is that one going to leave the building? Making a leap at the wall. Zip, boom, bam, it's gone. Ram-a-lam-a-ding-dong. I told you we'd have some good news when we came back. A solo shot. And we got a 2-run ball game. We kind of lulled to sleep by this Arizona offense, but Lawler, they've gotten some good swings on Luzardo. They just haven't put them all together, but that was a towering smash. If we weren't in the desert, might have brought rain. First pitch on the way, swing and a miss. It's 0-1. Down and in, 1-1. Okay, so the bad news is I just laid that out for you. And then they go to Miami. I don't think those are as gimme as we think they are, as the 1-1 fouls it back. It's 1-2. Miami tends to play pretty well at home. And they're going on the East Coast road trip to Miami. It's to Cincinnati. They're playing the Reds like 38 times in the month of September. It's ridiculous. But they do have to go east, and that's not an easy thing for a West Coast team to do. Then they're going to come home, and this is where it looks like such an easy schedule, but it's not because of the rivalry factor. They play the San Francisco Giants 6 times in the last 9 games, and in between that, they play the Padres. The Giants and Padres are the biggest rivalries the Dodgers have these days. They absolutely hate each other, both sides. So we might get a fight out of those teams. The 2-2 pitch, swing, rips it into right field. That's down for a base hit, and they keep the line moving. Diamondbacks only trail by 2 now. But I guess my point is, on paper, they play a bunch of crumb bums, but in the reality of Major League Baseball, A, they're not playing well, and B, they spend the last half of the month against their bitter rivals, who will do anything they can to win, including stab you in the parking lot, but that's a different story. Quick mound visit out there to Luzardo. If you know about that Giants and Dodgers rivalry. I'm sure Iron Lung can tell you some stories. But the Padres fans, they hate him too. And though 6 of those 9 games are in Los Angeles, what's interesting to me is that when they go out on that East Coast trip, at Miami for 3 and at Cincinnati for 3, and then they come home to play San Francisco, there's no days off. They go to Miami on a Friday and then wrap around into Cincinnati, leaving on a Thursday morning. They have to be back at home to face the Giants on a Friday night. First pitch misses high and out of the zone. So I'll be interested to see where the Dodgers' record is and where the Braves' record is when we face the Phillies that second time. Get out of that series is the 1-0 right there at the knees, 1-1. If we're still in first in the East, I'll be interested to see where the Dodgers are, because after that, it just gets wonky. It's not what you would consider elite teams. You can tell the Major League Baseball set them up for success. Is the 1-1 right there at the knees, 1-2. But they should be pounding McCreevy and the Cardinals right now. They're down 7-0. They had to start Ted Lahr today because, remember, I think Iron Lung brought it up the other day, Roki Sasaki went to the IL again. Lung's convinced it's a ghost IL. I don't know. But regardless, he went to the IL again. And he's hanging out eating nachos with Schwellenbach and Waldrop. But the 1-2, swing. Lifts it down the line, foul. We'll do it again. Perdomo's gotten a couple really good swings off of Luzardo. He just hasn't been able to keep it fair in this game. He's 0 for 2 on the day. Corbin Carroll, who's been a disaster, is on deck. The 1-2. Swing, pop up. Into shallow right field, drifting back, making the catch for the Phillies is Arias, but not before the Arizona Diamondbacks put one on the board. They got life again, and we'll be back in a flash. We go to the 6th inning. We got a real ball game here in Arizona.
Are you okay? No, but I am funny, so it works out.
I mean, why waste my time? Every single freaking year, I get myself juiced up with this stupid team, and at 43 years of age and 3 kids, enough already. Let them go hurt somebody else. I mean, when am I ever going to have a chance to win a lousy freaking champion? One time! Not 20! One lousy time! Gee whiz! Every single time! Ah, come on, will you please? Can you beat the Florida Marlins one time? The Mets! The lousy Mets did it to us! Every time! Win one! I'll give it all back! I'll leave now! Okay, out of my system.
When Fred McMullen, Chicago's reserve infielder, got wind of what was happening, he demanded that Chick Gandil let him in on the fix. Now, 8 White Sox were involved, though Buck Weaver would later claim that he had not agreed to participate. The smart players demanded their money up front.
The meeting was held about 8 o'clock in the evening. I said,
There's so much double-crossing stuff. If I win in the series, I wanted the money put in my hand. I went back to my room at 11:30, and the 10 grand was under my pillow. Eddie Siccotti.
Rumors of wrongdoing were everywhere. You couldn't miss it, one New York gambler said. The thing had an odor. I saw smart guys take even money on the Sox who should have been asking 5-1. Chicago sports writer Hugh Fullerton was joined in the press box by an ailing Christy Mathewson to judge if everything was on the up and up. Mathewson and Fullerton would quickly see that it was not.
Everybody in the game knew it was happening. Nobody was even pretending that it wasn't happening. No one was admitting it out loud for the public. How could you admit it for the public? What would that mean?
Welcome back. 3-1 your score. First pitch swinging by the Philadelphia Phillies. JT Realmuto booking it down the line, but Moreno grabs it, flips it. 2-3 on the putout, one away. He still has a show, Iron Lung. He's on, Sirius. Actually, I think it's called Mad Dog. I think that's the actual name of the channel. Mad Dog Radio, something like that. First pitch on the way is off the plate. Called for a strike. Might have been a little bit outside the zone. It's on 1. He's been doing that one for years. So that clip that I grabbed, that was back when it was Mike and the Mad Dog, but way back in New York. That came about 2 years before the Giants actually won 3 World Series in 5 years. But before that, he had been a Giants fan his whole life. Growing up in New York is the 0-1 outside wide, 1-1. And I believe it had something to do with like his dad being a Giants fan before they moved to San Francisco, living in New York. And so he just grew up a Giants fan. 1-1. Down and in. 2-1. Which is crazy if you think about it. You grow up in New York City. Not only do you have the Mets and Yankees right there, but then right up there the road you got the Red Sox and all the other big cities in that area. 2-1, down and away. Low strike, ball 3-1. Right-hander Clark on the mound for the Diamondbacks. And you choose to be a Giants fan living in New York your whole life. So you means, and I think, as far as I know, he watched all their games for years, right? The 2-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. Went around on the check swing, 2 down. Back to the top of the order, which means he spent his entire life, or has spent his entire life, watching the Giants in New York, staying up till 1, 2 o'clock in the morning for all their games. And he's still a Giants fan. And that's his team. He's not changing. But it's crazy, because I've heard so many rants on him talking about it. But it's just so nuts to think. Is the first pitch to Schwarber's right there for a ball. It's 1-0. You would think eventually you'd be like, I've got to get some sleep. The 1-0. Check swing outside wide. Did he go around? He did not 1-1. Because it's not like every once in a while you're staying up late, like this game, for instance. You're talking about spending your whole life. Yeah, I haven't listened to him much, Iron. I'll be honest with you, because it's on Sirius. The 1-1 swing and a miss 1-2. When he was on MLB, whatever that show was called, High Heat, I think it was called, I liked it. A lot of times, I'll be honest, I would sit there and watch his rant to start the show, and then I would, when he started interviewing people, I usually dip out. The 1-2 swing and a miss, strike 3, that'll end the inning. I've never enjoyed player interviews in any sport because they're usually dull as hell. But when they get to ranting, that's the funny part. We'll be back in a flash. Diamondbacks grab the sticks.
I would like your undivided attention, please.
You couldn't handle my undivided attention.
Does Dale Murphy belong in the Hall of Fame? He led the National League in games, at-bats, runs, hits, extra base hits, RBIs, runs created, total bases, and plate appearances in the 1980s. He went to 7 All-Star games and won 5 Gold Gloves in a row. He also won 4 Silver Slugger Awards in his career. He led the National League in home runs twice, RBIs twice, slugging percentage twice, and OPS once. Only Mike Schmidt hit more home runs between 1980 and 1987. Only Rickey Henderson scored more runs. Only Schmidt and George Brett had a better slugging percentage. Only Schmidt, Brett, and Eddie Murray had a better OPS plus. The only other back-to-back MVP winner outside of Cooperstown is Roger Maris.
You gonna quit drinking? Don't be ridiculous. I'm gonna quit waking up.
To boost their gate receipts, the owners decided that the 1919 World Series would be a best-of-9 game contest. The first game was held in Cincinnati. Eddie Cicotte, ordinarily a master of control, hit the first batter in the back. Then he threw wild, bobbled a grounder, ignored his catcher's signal. Swede Risberg ruined an easy double play by failing to step on the bag. Joe Jackson threw wide from the outfield and seemed to slow down to miss balls near him. Cincinnati won 9-1.
This contest between the Reds and the White Sox is something that is concentrating the nation's attention and its faith. It was visible from the very first pitch, the first game, when the signal was put in, and Eddie Cicotte hit the first batter, and that was the signal to the gamblers that the fix had worked. The only thing that the gamblers did wrong with that series, from their own perspective, is that they made the mistake of letting the Reds win the first game, because that drove the odds down. And if the White Sox, the Black Sox, had won the first game, Rothstein and his cohort would have made a hell of a lot more money.
Welcome back. Luzardo goes back to work. First pitch is right there for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Fires a strike right there. 0-2. I'm telling you right now, Corbin Carroll has no chance of getting a base hit against Luzardo. The 0-2. In the dirt one time. I'm surprised he didn't swing at that one. You could give him an oar and he's not making. He just, certain guys can't get hits off certain guys, and every at bat he's had tonight against Luzardo looks like one of us out there swinging the bat. The 1-2 swing, rips it up the middle. Actually made contact, but it'll dribble it into a put out. 6-3. 1 down. I'm surprised he made contact. I thought he was going to spend the whole night. That'll be the last time he has to face him. When they had guys on base last inning, and who was it? Perdomo almost got on. I was thinking to myself, what good's it going to do? Carroll's going to get out. Lefty-righty matchup. First pitch upstairs. Called for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Swing lifted. High into right field. Fairly deep, but Harper's there. 2 away. It wouldn't surprise me, James. I don't do that much anymore because we're on all these radio stations, but I might. I do know that whenever the Braves get eliminated, we're going to have a show that'll leave right after that game. We'll crack beers and crack jokes. The 0-1 pitch. Inside, that ball got him on the arm. Ketel Marte hit on the arm. Arizona will be sending him to the IL for the next 6 months over that one. Yeah, that got him right in the top of the elbow inside. They used to call that the old soup bone. They're out there looking at him. It looked more like it hit his forearm, but it doesn't take much for Ketel Marte to go to the IL, as we found out recently. Anybody that would sign that dude has got to screw loose. They've tried to trade him for years, but nobody wants anything to do with him because of all his antics. Jordan Walker just hit a home run. I think it's 9-3. We see. Yep, 9-3. They're in the fourth. They are absolutely pounding the Dodgers. Lefty-righty matchup. First pitch swinging by Arenado. High and deep, but not deep enough. It's going to die on the warning track. That almost tied the ball game. We go to the seventh, a 2-run game here in Arizona.
Somebody in the relationship got to shut the up. And it ain't going to be me.
Anybody else just kind of feel like their check engine light is on and you're just like, nah, this is fine?
The amount of people who stand in the absolute middle of the aisle in the grocery store. What are you doing? Pick a side. I hate you.
Somebody just came up to me and asked me what I do for a living. I said, mind my damn business. They hiring too. You want me to get you an application?
If you call my phone and I answer the phone and you proceed to say out your mouth, hold on real quick, don't hang up. Let me pick up this phone call real quick. I promise you I'm hanging up. Because you think I'm going to sit on the phone waiting on you to finish the phone call with the other person? No. Enjoy the rest of your day. We try it again tomorrow.
Cincinnati took the fourth game 2-0 behind the superb pitching of Jimmy Ring. Eddie Cicotte had pitched well for the Sox, but once again, he made several devastating errors in the field.
There is no alibi for Cicotte. He pitched a great game, a determined game, and one that would have won 9 times out of 10. But he brought the defeat crashing down upon his own head by trying to do all the defensive work. He made the wild throw that gave the Reds their opening, the only real one they had. And he followed that up by grabbing a ball thrown from the outfield and deflecting it past the catcher. A high fly to left, blown by the wind over the head of Jackson, who was playing close in, fouled, and Chicago was beaten.
3 White Sox, Felsch, Gandil, and Shoeless Joe, all of them conspirators, had managed hits that afternoon. Only at bat did Jackson evidently forget the script. He would bat .375 in the series.
Top of the seventh we go. Justin Martinez coming in. 3 innings. A 0 ERA. As Arizona's trying to climb back in this one. It'll be interesting to see what kind of bullpen usage Philly is going to have tonight. So they've been in a lot of tight games with the Angels and then again last night with Arizona. I don't know if they're going to have their full bullpen ready. Now, Luzardo's done a great job of giving them 6. He's only at 85 pitches, so they'll send him back out there and see what they can get for him out of the 7th. Here's the pitch to Turner. Evens it up. It's 1-1. The 1-1 pitch, swing, chops it on the ground over to second. It's going to be a 6-3, 1 down. Justin Martinez, the former closer for Arizona. Tommy John surgery a little over a year ago, so he's coming back from that. Actually, it's been close to 2 years now that I think about it, but regardless, just 3 innings this year. First pitch is upstairs, 100-mile-an-hour fastball. Did not get the call. It's 1-0. It hit the top of the zone. Another blown call by home plate umpire Emil Jimenez. The 1-0 swing fouls it away. 1-1. One count. Pitch misses up high. Ball 2-1. The 2-1 pitch, swing, pop up, high into center field, coming in. Trying to make the diving catch out there in center field is Lawler. Harper will take the long turn, but will head back to first. And it's a 1-out single for the Phillies. Righty-lefty matchup. Arias takes first pitch off the plate. It's 1-0. Mil Jimenez has a 50% track record on ABS calls challenged on him. 102 have been challenged and 51 have been overturned. 1-0 inside, ball 2-2-0. You're wondering who leads the league with the best. It's Dylan Wilson, but he has not had many challenges. So as far as the guy that leads the league that is out there a lot, it's Derek Thomas. Jansen Finscotti. Guy that's we'll see behind the plate tomorrow, Dexter Kelly, is the 2-1 inside, ball 3-3. Ball almost hit Arias, just got out of the way. The guys that are at the bottom of the ABS, it's your usual suspect, CB Buckner. Of course, he has not been behind the plate much this year. He's being shown the door, and he has taken all his paid leave that he can do. The 3-1 down and in. Ball 4, and it's a walk that'll set up first and second, and just one down. As far as guys that are out there every day that have the terrible numbers, Andy Fletcher is one of the guys spitting the bit as well. Guy that we saw behind the plate last night in the Giants-Braves game, Adrian Johnson. Manny Gonzalez, who's one of my least favorites. Dan Iasona. Rob Drake, Stu Sherwater. I mean, you probably heard me complain about these guys all year long. So it probably comes as no surprise to you that they have the worst. The 0-1 count to Bohm, inside, 1-1. Buckner has been missing for most of the season. 78%. 9 challenges, 7 have been overturned. The 1-1 right there, 1-2. Sinker, 101 miles an hour up top. I mean, that's just comical. One-two count. Down and in. 2-2. The 2-2 swing and a miss, strike 3, 102 mile an hour sinker. 2 down. He's got filthy stuff that he's going to be more back to form next year, but you can just see by his stuff why he was so good before he got hurt. Brandon Marsh, Captain Caveman, coming to the plate. As far as teams that have had great success, the Diamondbacks are up there at the top. First pitch swinging, fouls it straight back, it's 0-1. They are second in overall. They're second with batter success and 6th with pitcher success. Overall, they're 60.2%. The Phillies, 3rd in pitching catcher combos, the 0-1, inside, 1-1. Their batters are middle of the field at 17th. Overall, they're number 8. If you want about the Braves, oh man, the dead last in batters, and that should not shock anybody. The 1-1, Down and into him. Dead freaking last. They're 8th in pitcher catcher, which I'm surprised it's that high, but overall they're 19th. 2-1 count. First and second, 2 outs. The pitch. Swing. Lifted. Out to center field. Trying to make the running catch. He'll make the sliding catch for out number 3 out there is Lawler, and that'll end the inning. I don't think Lawler realized that was the 3rd out. He was looking to throw out. He was looking to throw out Bryce Harper like Michael Harris did that one time. We'll be back in a flash. We go to the bottom of the 7th in a 2-run game. Vargas, the batter, 0 for 2 on the day. Lefty-righty matchup. Luzardo kicking and firing. Swing lifted out to center field. That's going to get down for a base hit. And just like that, the tying run comes to the plate for the Arizona Diamondbacks. Tomorrow's game, Braves, Nationals, 12:45. Excuse me, 12:45 will come on the air as the first pitch is going to be a bunt attempt, and they're going to get the lead runner. So an out just given away there by Tawa. Not really sure what he was doing there, trailing by 2 in the 7th inning, but he gave away an out. Good throw by Luzardo. Most guys would have taken the smart play to go to first and have Vargas over there at second, but he ended up getting the lead runner. And so there's a runner at first and 1 out now. And Tawa with pretty good speed, though. You do have to keep an eye on him. He's a former outfielder. He plays first base quite a bit now, but he can take off Lawler, who was the man that cranked the home run, putting the Diamondbacks on the board. Takes the 1-0 outside wide to, and I kind of thought they may go to the pen with him, but the 2-0 pitch, outside wide, ball 3-3-0. Luzardo, 92 pitches now. The 3-0 pitch. Swing. Hammers the sinker down. Third baseline foul. 3-1. Standing on deck is Waldschmidt. In the hole is the top of the order. Arizona 3, Philadelphia 1. Jonathan Bolin warming up in the pen, the right-hander for Philly. The 3-1 pitch. Swing on the ground, up the middle. Scooped by Turner. It's going to be a 6-4-3. Could not turn the double play with Lawler's speed, but there are 2 outs. Hard hit ball in the carpet. I thought he was going to sneak up the middle, but good range there by Trey Turner. Still one of the slickest fielding shortstops in the league. Lefty-righty matchup. First pitch upstairs. Waldschmidt takes it for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Kicks and fires. Swing. Rips it down the left field line. If it's fair, it's going to be pay dirt. It is just foul. I mean, just foul. He almost tied the ball game. That probably missed the foul pole by, as it crossed over, I'm going to say 5 feet maybe. It landed much further if you're seeing from the wide view, but it crossed over that foul pole. I'm telling you, 5 feet. Wow. He absolutely smoked that pitch. 1-1, down and away, 2-1. This is the guy that struck out looking the last time up and complained going back to the dugout, but he put a pretty good bat together. He didn't challenge. He could have challenged. He would have won the challenge. The 2-1 down and in, 3-1. Arizona still has a challenge. Philly has both. The 3-1 count. Up and high. Ball 4. So he heads down to first base. 2 guys on, and they both have very good speed. And that'll bring Don Mattingly out of the dugout. They'll go to the right-hander. And Perdomo is coming to the plate. And this game is far from over. We'll be back in a flash. Go ahead run and coming to the plate for the Snakes. Welcome back. Just in case you were wondering, Rich, I made a big mistake. Jonathan Bolin coming in, first pitch, fastball off the plate, did not challenge it. Perdomo complains, but that's all he does. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Runners at first and second, 2 outs. The 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss, blew it right by him. It's 0-2. Bolin, who's been used quite a bit in the last few games, but he can bring it. The 0-2 count. Swing, slaps it away. We'll do it again. Righty, lefty, infield, back into the right outfield, deep and straight away. The 0-2 misses high, 1-2. If he can keep the line moving, Corbin Carroll will come to the plate. And he'll be chomping at the bit to face Bolin after dealing with Luzardo all night long. The 1-2, caught looking, strike 3. Punched right. He's going to challenge that one. He's going to lose it. And that's an ego challenge is what that is. You gone. He wrong once again. So we'll go to the 8th inning. Diamondbacks still trail by 2. But the Phillies bullpen pretty thin tonight. We'll see how this plays out.
I believe in mass deportations, and I want the following groups rounded up immediately. People who say especially. Dear God, anyone who refers to their wife as mother. Anyone who says it's a great day to have a great day. People who buy French bulldogs. People whose houses are spotless, but when you walk in, they're like, sorry, I didn't get a chance to clean up. People who say, I did a thing. People who don't know that doodles are just mutts. People who have never waited tables.
I said, hey, pick a color number sequence and stay with it for rhythmic purposes. So I demonstrated. Blue 85, blue 85, sit up. So Randall Cunningham, he was the best, man. He got up there, he had a great voice. He'd go, Aqua 22, Aqua 22. I'm like, Aqua. The next time he might get up there, he'd go, Turquoise 19, Lavender 66. I'm like, dude, you're killing me, man. He's like, Gru, you take this too serious, man. That's great. He was the best, man.
Number 7. It was the turn of the century. Dead ball era was in full swing, but no one told Hall of Famer Sam Crawford.
His contemporaries describe him as a powerful hitter.
Crawford shared the outfield with the very best hitter of his time, Ty Cobb. But there was one category where not even the Georgia Peach could match the exploits Wahoo sang.
Sam Crawford could hit triples like nobody's business.
He holds the all-time Major League record triples. Now that is an awful lot.
He possessed great power. Many old-timers say if he was playing with today's lively ball, he would rewrite the home run record.
And in this era, the triples are really indicative of a power hit. The ball, by the end of the game, is almost like a squishy grapefruit. And Sam Crawford is hitting this ball into gaps, line drive power.
If he had played in later years, he would have certainly been a home run champion.
Aqua 22, Turquoise 19.
Welcome back. Gerardo Carrillo, gonna fire me. Coming in, man, how do they have these great bullpens and they keep losing games? 106 ERA, righty-lefty matchup. First pitch fires it outside the zone. It's 1-0. Yes, I bought like, I don't know, 3 or 4 bags. They were like $2 a bag. The 1-0 upstairs. 1-1. I'm like, how bad can they be? They're pretzels, right? And, what the hell? I figured they're just basic, normal sized pretzels. I just figured they were basic pretzels. Man, I got them. First couple of handfuls I tried over the first day or so. I was like, they're not bad. The 1-1 fouls it back. 1 and 2. Well, the ones at the top must have had all the salt, because the ones at the bottom, I mean, it's basically just eating stale bread is all you're doing. And so now I ordered the Snyder's, which is, everybody's familiar with that brand. They're a good brand. So now I'm going to mix them in because I won't throw them out. The 1-2, outside wide 2 and 2. What were you asking? $2 a bag, like the what you would consider like a party size bag, like a pretty good size bag. Not the ginormous ones, but your basic bag. I don't have it in front of me. I don't know how many ounces it is. The 2-2, outside wide. Ball 3, 3 and 2. Never! The payoff pitch. This is outside wide, ball 4. He'll head on down to first. They are. They're just. I'm just warning y'all. Don't make the mistake I did. Such a great idea at the time, I thought. Righty. The worst part was you had to sign up for a subscribing site, so I had to scurry back before I got hit, because I didn't. They came in. They were here a week or two before I even thought about trying them. I was like, ooh, I better get on that. They're gonna send me another batch of them. 1-0. Kicks and fires inside. 2-0. Yeah, well, I mean, that's what I did. I bought Snyder's. Quick mound visit by Moreno out there to Carrillo. I think Snyder's probably has the best pretzels out there. But when I'm doing the ball games, I never have time to really eat a meal. So I'll keep like pretzels and stuff in a little canister behind me, and every once in a while, I don't like eating much, but every once in a while, your stomach starts eating your backbone, and you're like, dude, I gotta eat something. The 2-0 pitch. Throw comes down to second base. Did they get him? He is in there safe. But that was the worst part about it, is realizing, and like I got in there in the nick of time, because when I put in the cancellation, it came back as a cancellation, but they were having to manage it to make sure, because the damn shipment was about to come back out to me. I was like, I don't want more of these. The 2-1. Upstairs 2-2, because during the baseball season, I don't eat like a normal meal. It's obviously bad to wait till after the ball game because we do the game so late. So I'll try to get like a little snack before, but then during the game, I'm usually just a handful of pretzels here and there, during the entire ball game. The 2-2 upstairs misses high, 3-2. And sometimes I'll mix it in, but what's that called? The Chex Mix thing that they do. I don't like that. I like doing my own version. Put pretzels in with Cheez-Its or something. Not big on putting cereal in the Chex Mix thing that they usually have going on. Full count to JT Real Muto, runner at second. Philly clinging to a 2-run lead. The 3-2 swing, chops it on the ground. That's going to get through the hole. The runner headed back to second base. He thought the shortstop was going to get the ball. So Stott will make it down to third, but he will not score. So runners on the corners and nobody out. And I don't know how this guy has a 1.06 ERA, but he does. pitching coach Brian Kaplan coming out there to talk to him. He looks like he's coming off a bender every time he comes out here. Speaking of that, I'm planning on going and seeing the movie Tony tomorrow night, since the Braves aren't playing. I'm looking forward to that. I don't know if any of y'all have heard of it, but it's somewhat odd. I'm sure it's skewed to all the hell, but it's supposed to be an autobiographical film about the great Anthony Bourdain, the chef, who passed away a couple of years ago. He took his own life, but anyways, looks like a really good movie. I think it's got like 96% in Rotten Tomatoes. Righty-lefty matchup. First pitch to Crawford, swung on, chopped up the middle. They had the infield in. They're going to regret that. Runner will go from first to third, and they got runners on the corners again and still nobody out. So the Phillies have broken this to a 3-run lead. So Kyle Schwarber looking to really put a dent in the scoreboard. Runners on the corners, first pitch. Going to flip it to first real quick to keep the runner close by. And Lavulo's coming out there to talk to, well, he's got to be coming out there to make a call to the bullpen because Kaplan was just out there. So I'm not sure what that was about, but whatever, he's going to change him in the middle of the at-bat. We'll be back in a flash. Runners on the corners, nobody out. 4-1 your score. AI Seinfeld, Badger. I'm talking about the damn real show. Right-hander coming in to face Derek Law, coming in to face Schwarber with runners on the corners and nobody out. First pitch on the way, swing lifted. High and deep into right field. Coming in making the grab is Corbin Carroll for out number 1. On the play, Runner comes home to score from third. So 5-1 the score. That's a hard pass. Man, I'm telling you right now, AI sucks. Like, everything that's done AI sucks. All the videos that are done, I'm out. Pitch right there at the knees. Right there for a strike. It's 0-1. Trey Turner, the batter. The 0-1. I'm convinced that some of these commercials I see now are AI because they're garbage. Quick flip over to first. The 0-1. Well, we don't have AI, buddy. Sleepy Toe AI sucks. The 0-1 count. Up and in. 1. 1-1. Down and away, ball 2-2. I think I've seen something like that on, I don't know, TikTok or something, but it didn't catch me as being too funny. But I like that clip I don't know if I can find that clip we have where the guy's ranting about AI, and he's like, not everybody should be creative. Some of y'all should keep your creations to yourself. 3-1 count. Check swing. 3-2. There's these new commercials that come on when you're watching like Hulu and stuff. Is the pitch on the way, is swung on, banged on the ground over to third. Runner was on the move, so they won't be able to double him up. So it'll be a 5-3 put out third to first, 2 down. That'll bring Bryce Harper to the plate. Arias is on deck. The slick thing about putting Arias behind Harper is that you're not worried about Arias hitting one out, but it's hard to walk Harper if you have Arias right behind him because he's just bound to get a dribbler into the outfield. First pitch out front for a ball, it's 1-0. The 1-0. Upstairs, top of the zone, 1-1. Can't remember what sparked it, but he had a very good point, but he was just talking about something was AI, and it was just a great line. He said, not everybody should be creative. The guy that does the rant's hilarious, but the 1-1 pitch swing, chops it back foul, 1-2. But they have these Chat GPT commercials that come on when you're watching like Hulu and whatnot. If they're not AI, then they're written by AI because they suck. Like, they're just terrible commercials, and they're not a good selling point for you to go sign up for ChatGPT. The pitch is in the dirt, ball 2-2. But it's always these old women talking to their damn phones, and I'm like, this is your core audience you're trying to get? That just tells me something about chat. The 2-2 swing, bangs it down the line, foul. But there's so many. I mean, the volume of AI videos are all over social media. It's just, I don't know. I guess I just don't. I appreciate it more when someone's like genuinely funny and they bring a clip to you. The 2-2 swing, rips it into center field. That's down for a base hit, and it's 6-1. And the Arizona Diamondbacks, this was a big series for them to be at home against Philadelphia, and they have not stepped up. They've got one more chance to beat Philadelphia tomorrow. I don't know who they have pitching tomorrow. I would think it's probably Painter. So they're going to have a chance to win. The last time I saw, they were not. First pitch out and away, called for a ball. Righty-lefty matchup, it's 1-0. But the 1-0. Outside wide, ball 2-2. But I mean, to each his own. For people who like to look at those AI videos, more power to it. I just don't have the board me to tears. The 2-0. Upstairs, 2-1. And you can always tell when it's been written by AI because it'll have no personality, or it'll have like too many facts at once. It's like spitting out like a machine gun fire. It's like nobody talks like that. The 2-1 count. Righty-lefty matchup. Swing lifted. High into right field, not very deep, and very playable. Easy catch out there for out number 3, and we go to the bottom of the 8th. The Diamondbacks trailed by 5 at home to the Phillies once again.
Off with your dry January. I mean, well done. Yeah, well done. If you're doing dry January, well done you. Yeah, it's really good. I'm really proud for you. I'm really happy that you told, absolutely everyone. Well done you. I mean, I wouldn't say that you're self-obsessed and need to get out more, maybe get a hobby, or maybe enjoy life because we don't know how many days we've got left on this earth. But well done you. Off with your dry January.
This is how you answer a door in my neighborhood.
Batting third, playing right field, Roberto Clemente.
12-time All-Star and the league MVP in 1966, Roberto was one of the most dynamic players to ever put on a uniform.
Pittsburgh, they call him the Great One.
He's one of those guys that I would have paid to watch.
They're still trying to figure a way to pitch to this batting king.
4 batting titles, the 3,000 career hits, 317 lifetime average.
If Roberto can reach the ball, he'll swing at it.
Roberto could hit, oh yes, but his fielding was legendary.
Everybody knows he was a great hitter, but he was one of the most unbelievable right fielders.
Defensively, he had no peers.
His 12 gold gloves will attest to that.
A bullet for an arm.
Almost 5,000 outs could be traced directly to the great one.
He's going to try for third. It may be close. He's out.
Greatest right fielder in the game of baseball, Roberto Clemente. Bobby, congratulations on a great World Series.
The 71 World Series was his showcase. Did anybody ever have a better World Series?
Clemente hit .414 with 12 hits in those 7 games and cemented his legacy with 1 throw.
What a throw! And what a magnificent performance from Pittsburgh's right fielder, the great Roberto Clemente.
Hey, y'all. It's time for Appalachian Word of the Day. The word of the day is Ultima. Hey, honey, are you a Nissan? Because I want you Ultima self.
Welcome back. Looking to see 6-1 your score, a 1-0 count from Bolin into Corbin Carroll. Hard the order due up here for the Arizona Diamondbacks. Merrill Kelly pitched. Is the 1-1 outside wide. Trying to see who they may go with. Talking about the Diamondbacks tomorrow for the game. The 1-1 pitch, swing, fouls it away, 1-2. That was back on Saturday, so that's not likely to. So on regular rest, trying to see who got the ball. The 1-2 fouls it back. They went with Drake. It looks like it was more of a. Say it may be a bullpen game for Arizona. Just looking at who they have left. 1-2 count. Up high and out of the zone, 2-2. I believe they put the 2-2 swing, fouls it back. Double checking right now, but I think Soroka went back to the IL. I think I remember seeing that. The 2-2 count. Swing. Punches it back foul. We'll do it again. He's not on the current roster, but that could just be manipulation from left-hander warming up in the pen for the Diamondbacks as the 2-2 pitch fouled away. Two from Bolin. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Tell you one thing, I've been watching some of their games recently, talking about Philadelphia. Man, they've got some fireballers in that bullpen. Braves are going to have their hands full in that series, 4-game series in Philadelphia. If you could tell me that we would win 2 and we could come back home, I'd sign up for that right now. Could split the series in Philly. You got to at least win one. You cannot get swept in there, that's for sure. First pitch on the way. Swing, foul it away. It's 0-1. And I do think the Braves are going to play well in that series. This year, it just seems like when they played the best teams, we've gotten the best out of them. They have come in flat as hell against teams like Washington and San Francisco. The 0-1. Down and away 1. One count. Yeah, he's on the IL. So okay. 1-1 pitch outside wide. He was put on the I don't think he could make this in September. The 2-1. Moreno takes it for a strike. 2-2 count. I think he's still almost a week away, so they're probably going to do a bullpen game is what it looks like. They probably already have it figured out. You know, they got that weird rule that you can't mention it till the guy's on your roster. With the expanded rosters in September, the 2-2 pitch, swing, pops it up. High into left field. Underneath it, Captain Caveman making the catch. F7, 2 down. I don't know why they're going all the way back to 2014 showing the Phillies strike out the Braves left and right. And it's a bunch of randos on both sides. It was a game that Cliff Lee started, but they were showing left and right. I don't know if this was an on this date type of thing. The pitch down and in to Ketel Marte. Start off the at-bat, it's 1-0. The 1-0 pitch, swing, chops it on the ground over to first. And that'll end the inning. Let me get to the bottom of that, find out what the hell happened on that day. We'll be back in a flash. We go to the 9th inning. Arizona trails by 5.
Being an adult is not that bad. As long as you're okay with constantly doing things you don't want to do every day forever, it can be really fun.
John Smoltz.
So the first thing we want to know is, if you had to strike out any player, past or present, who would you want it to be?
That's a great question. There's a lot of people that would come to mind that I didn't face.
Yeah.
But the ones that I faced that I always had trouble with was Tony Gwynn. So I would say Tony Gwynn. We faced him 350 times between me, Glavine, Maddox, and Pedro Martinez, and struck him out 3 times.
It's time for number 5.
The exciting youngster who went straight from the sandlots to right field on the Detroit Tiger team, leaping Al Kaline.
Few players in baseball history win a batting title at the tender age of 20, but that's precisely what Al Kaline did in 1955.
Kaline's 340 really stood out. The next highest average was 319, and that year was like a launching pad for him. Shot him up higher up into the baseball firmament, and he stayed there for the next 2 decades.
No matter what the pitcher threw, Kaline adapted.
You throw him sinker away, he would hit the line drive to right center field.
And there's a line drive single to center.
But if you made a mistake on the inside half of the plate, boom, he hits the ball out of Tiger Stadium.
The 15-time All-Star cracked 399 home runs and took his place in the 3,000-hit club. In the field, he was poetry in motion, earning 10 gold gloves along the way.
I never saw Kaline misplay a ball.
Al Kaline is beloved in Detroit, home for his entire 22-year career. Look no further than the statue of him leaping to make still another catch in right.
He's the greatest Tiger of all time, as far as I'm concerned. He set the standard for me and every other Tiger.
You're listening to Braves Country Radio with Mac McGee, the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back. Y'all remember that a few years ago when Braves went out and signed Cole Hamels that one-year deal, and that bozo never played for us? The 1-0 outside wide. Tell you what, we can find some one-year screw jobs between him and Ha-Sung Kim and the 2-0 pitch right there at the knees, 2-1. Left-hander on the mound, Walston versus Alec Bohm. The 2-1 pitch. Back at it tomorrow, 12:45 p.m. Eastern. We'll have Braves versus Nationals. Hopefully they'll get a win before they head to. They're on a damn heater. So what is it, 7-game winning streak before they played the Giants and the Nationals. Dropped 2 in a row. The 3-1 pitch is lifted high and deep off the center field wall. Flip goes back into the infield, and it's a leadoff double for Philadelphia. That's that area of the ballpark. Remember that ball hit right about where, I guess it was a little lower, but it's in that general area where Marcell Ozuna launched one out there and it hit the top and didn't go out, and he thought it was a home run and he got benched. Meanwhile, Ronald Acuna Jr. has been Cadillacing for 5 years. He's never been benched for it. Lefty-lefty matchup. First pitch upstairs for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Brandon Marsh. Infield back into the right. The 0-1 pitch down and away. 1-1. Braves are going to be going up against the rookie Jackson Kent. They're big on this kid. Now, he hasn't had an impressive outings, but you know he'll fire 7 shutty against Atlanta tomorrow. But they're big on this kid, Jackson Kent. I'm interested to see what he's got. Grant Holmes is going to be on the hill for Atlanta. Pitch outside, 2-1 your count. Pitch on the way, swing and a miss. 2-2. Dodgers still trail the Cardinals. It's 10-4 in the 7th. So we should keep pace there, Braves fans. The 2-2. Swing, rolls it on the ground over to second. It's going to be a 4-3 put out. And there's one away. One down. Bryson Stott will come to the plate. Be interesting to see if they play how they play this defense. They are going to play back into the right. I was curious to see if they were going to play just to get through the game and save their bullpen, or if they were actually going to be aggressive. First pitch swinging by Stott, lifted high and deep into left field, and that should score the run, excuse me. Throw comes into the infield, but Bohm easily crosses the plate, and there's 2 down. Where are you getting that from, Rich? Because ESPN's still showing Jackson Kent. He's been. Oh, you know what? If it's Brad Lord, he's opening. Kent will still be the bulk reliever. Lord's not a starter. Lefty-righty matchup. Infield back into the left. The 0-1 pitch. High and out of the zone, 1-1. So that's... I'll double check and see if anything else has happened on that, because I've got another site that kind of... The 1-1 pitch. Swing lifted high and deep into right field. Drifting back, making the catch is Corbin Carroll for a loud out number 3. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Diamondbacks trail by only a touchdown.
The stat that stands out is Ted Williams. Ted Williams played more games in the 5 years where he also fought in World War II for, I think, 3 of those 5 years than Anthony Rendon has played in the 5 years he's been an Angel. That's a hell of a stat right there.
Tonight's random complaint. When someone's doing a live and they say, I won't talk until you make me laugh. You know what? F*** you. I don't have time to make you laugh.
It's really easy pitching when you got a defense like ours, I tell you.
Anything make you nervous?
Caves, mainly. I don't see any caves out here. We're in the south, but it's not the desert. That's where I find most caves are probably at.
Frank Robinson, he was one of the most competitive players I've ever seen.
The 21-year-old slugging sensation, Robinson, will develop into one of the game's greatest hitters.
But Frank went beyond even that, for he excelled in every facet of the game.
I asked him, why did you stand up on the plate like you did? And he said, it's hard to throw the ball inside, isn't it? If you did it one time, I tip my hat to you. If you miss by 3 inches, I'll take you out of the ballpark.
For 10 years with the Reds, Frank launched home runs at a prolific pace.
Frank Robinson bombs one over the left center field fence.
But Cincinnati then traded him to Baltimore. There's no greater fury than a slugger with a grudge.
Did I have something to prove? Yes.
So he promptly won the Triple Crown, earned the MVP award, and led his new team to a World Series title.
And the Orioles win.
Robinson went on to charm the Charm City with memorable moments and milestones.
Fly ball well hit deep left field. It is going to be the 500th home run.
We should never forget just how great Frank Robinson was.
A lot of people overlook Frank Robinson. Frank was as good as anybody.
Your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back. Chase Shugart's going to come in, the right-hander, try to close this thing out. You'll read what I put in there. I got that from Roto. It sounds like the Jackson Kent's not pitching at all. They didn't say that definitively, but it's what it sounds like. They may not know definitively, but first pitch on the way is outside. Called for a strike upstairs. Arenado, the batter, it's on one. It sounds like that they're wanting to buy him an extra day of rest or so because young arm, 106 pitches, didn't want him to go on normal rest the whole 9 yards. The 0-1 swing and a miss. It's all. And it's a team that is not in the playoff chase, so they don't really care if they drop him in the wall. But the Braves in bullpen games are usually bad. The 0-1 outside wide, or 0-2 outside wide, 1 and 2. Especially you combine a getaway day with the bullpen game, I am now nervous tomorrow. 1-2, outside wide 2-2. Because they'll go in there with half-ass swings, trying to get out of there, wanting to get out of town and get on the plane, go to Philadelphia for their day off, you name it. The 2-2, swing punches it. Up in the air to right field, easily caught by Bryce Harper, one away. So Star Wars thinks when he does that he is doing the anti-jinx, but you can't do the anti-jinx if it's on your team. You never ever notice Star Wars always does that? Always claiming his team's about to crumble? Righty-lefty matchup, first pitch on the way, swing and a miss. Vargas coming out of his shoes. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Same two teams here will play each other tomorrow at 3:40. We won't be here. We're going on a solo game tomorrow with Braves and Nationals, 12:45. Grant Holmes, looks like Grant Holmes versus the whole city of Washington because Jackson Kent's been scratched. I hate that because I really want to see that kid pitch, the 0-2 pitch. Swing lifted, out to right field, easy catch by Harper, and we're down to the last out of this game, mercifully. Appreciate everybody who stuck around to watch these games. Not the pitching matchup we thought we were going to get. Erod really spit the bit. And though the Diamondbacks are still in it, they're going to have to get much better production out of their starting staff than what they've gotten in this series. 1-0 count. The pitch misses outside to Tim Talwar. You look at who Arizona has the rest of the way after Philadelphia here. They're going to go to Houston. 1-0 pitch, rifled foul, 1-1. Going to Houston for 3. And of course, the Astros are in the playoff hunt. Braves are heading to Houston in a couple of weeks. Then they go to Kansas City at home against Texas and Miami. And then at the end of the year, with the 1-1, 2-1, just misses high. They have the Yankees at home. They go to Colorado. And then they finish the season at San Diego. And that could be for who gets that final wild card spot. The 2-1 pitch, swing lifted, out to right field, and making the catch is Bryce Harper, and that'll end the game. Phillies win. Impressive win by Luzardo and the Philadelphia Phillies. They will creep within 3 games of the Atlanta Braves. They've lost, just 1 game in the past 2 weeks. We'll see you tomorrow, 12:45 Eastern. Braves and Nationals, Grant Holmes Day. We'll see you then.
Goodbye, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. We're back tomorrow with another show. Well, unless we're fired, we'll talk to you then. Goodbye, sweetheart. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Guys and gals, it's time to go. We'll see you on the next show.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
It's closing time, y'all. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Have a great one. On your way out, please like and subscribe. And don't forget to tip your favorite bartender. We'll see you. I'm Mac McGee, signing off for Braves Country Radio.